Welcome back to Pink Flamingo headquarters once again, where we drink like we Irish, smoke like we Jamaican, eat like we Italian, and fuck like we porn stars. I'm your host, Cockstar 24/7.
And I'm your host, Q. We got a couple on the phone tonight that's been in the lifestyle. So we want to ask them a couple questions straight from Pittsburgh. Here we go.
Honey and Diggs.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hello.
How you guys doing? Got a couple questions for you guys.
We doing pretty good. Enjoy the evening. How you guys doing?
All right, yourself. Okay, welcome to this segment of Quarantining with the Flamingos.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
No doubt. Okay, first question I got about you guys being a couple in a lifestyle. How do you guys deal with jealousy?
I'll let her answer for the females, and then I'll answer for the guys. Go ahead, honey.
It is hard. So I'll be honest. So that's why, as a couple, and like couples can do this, he and I kind of have rules and guidelines and things that we set. And also, if I feel a certain way or he feels a way about a person, we found that being a couple, it's also good to be transparent, even though the other person may not want to hear what you have to say or may think. Because I'll be honest, I have had the feeling of jealousy, and at first I was afraid to tell him because I'm like, man, he's gonna think da 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 da. And one day I just started crying, and he goes, "What's wrong?" And I said, "Well, I'm feeling this kind of way, da 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 da." And it's not that I didn't feel strong in what we had.
Right.
It's just sometimes, someone may come along to where you're looking at it like they're getting along better than than we do. But like in the long run, I have to stop and think, that's my man and I'm taking him home. So yeah, you can have him for a little bit. But I can honestly say, since we've been together for 5 years, my jealousy has decreased a lot, but it was a lot harder in the beginning
That's truly
of our
understandable.
relationship.
And that's truly understandable because as a couple, you're going to always have some type of feelings. But my question is, like, can we, if you don't mind, can I ask you some of the rules that you guys set as far as the lifestyle with each other? Diggs, if you don't mind, can I ask you that?
Yeah, for us, one thing we try to do is we always make sure we end up together. So, we start off together, and at the end of the night, we're back with each other. We don't care where we're at, who we're partying with, whatever. When it comes time to lay our head, we're laying our head with each other. We might be meeting singly throughout the night, but coming back to each other at the end of the night is kind of a good thing for us. That kind of, brings us back to home base. Another one of our rules is we always wear condoms.
Right.
When we first got into the lifestyle, we played Russian roulette for a little bit, and we had some scares, and that told us that we no longer need to do that. So we have stayed strong with that. We understand that there's going to be situations that happen, condoms will break, and there may be some nights where somebody might get lucky for 2 seconds. You know what I mean? But other than that, we try to make that one of the things. If you're cool with that, then we can have a good time and we can do whatever. I think that's really when it comes, and just being and communicating with each other.
A lot of couples, I will say that's in the lifestyle that we've come across, communication with other couples that seem to be lot less to where, and I'm not going to speak for everyone, but what we have come across is, or the man's kind of shady and just trying to get with me, or the female's trying to get with him,
Right.
and, nothing to do with me, which, and then, as you talk to them and find out, then they get together, oh, we only play together.
Right.
Oh, okay to where, you know, he and I, Diggs and I, we play together and we play separate. We're out somewhere, we say, hey, you know, we're going to go somewhere, because in case, you know, something does happen, he knows where I'm at and I know where he's at. So if I'm gone too long, or, you know, or I think he's gone way too long, we know where each other's at to check on him. Like, we've been out places where, have you seen so-and-so? I haven't seen, you know. So I just think another big thing that he and I have that's going for us that's good is the open communication. That I just think people are afraid to talk to one another to where they're going to offend or hurt their partner. But to be a couple in this lifestyle, you have to communicate.
I agree 100%.
So basically, like, if you guys go to a party, y'all already know the rules. So like at the end of the night, when you guys go home and you guys like be together, do you guys discuss the night, how it went, or the night's just over? Do you guys actually discuss like how the night went?
Yeah, sometimes we do. A lot of times we do. We may, you know, if one of us had a particular experience with a particular person, we'll like, you know, we'll say, oh my goodness, babe, you know, this woman was da 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 da. She did this and this, and she was like, oh honey, you know, he wasn't you, but he came close. Like he gave it to me. You know, we will discuss the things that may have went on throughout the night. If we had a good time, whether it's someplace we're going to return to. Whether we got a bad vibe off a particular person or a couple, or things like that. So we try to stay away from the drama. So if we go out and we experience these things, when we come home, you know, we put it on the table and we see what's what. And we say, all right, well, you know, we can go here again, but we might stay away from this crowd over here or this person over here or whatever the case may be. But we generally do kind of discuss evening before we actually pass out.
Right.
Or try to anyway, depending on how late it is.
Right. I truly respect that.
Okay, I got another question for you guys. Now, how do you handle watching your partner with someone else?
At first I had a hard time with it. Because I'm like, I don't want him giving that to somebody that's the way he gives it to me. Hell no. No. But, you know, because I'm like, I know how it is. And now if you're getting it, I hear you making that. Oh, shit. I said, I already know. But like I said, that was at the beginning. Now, do I still get that way sometimes? Yes, because here's my thing is, I'm human. Exactly. And you know, absolutely. He's my boyfriend, and not saying that I don't want him to have fun or I don't, you know, or whatever or whatnot. But, you know, I look at it also as this. We came here to do this. Now, whether you know, sometimes we call it getting in our feelings. So I sit here and I'm like, well, wait a minute. I need to get out of my feelings here because this is what we're here to do. Right. You know, straighten up, you know, and it's just kind of like a check to myself. You know, by saying, hey, you already know this is what it is, and you just need to relax.
For me, it was a little different. For me, I just decided to embrace the whole thing, period. You know what I mean? Right. When we first started out in this lifestyle, we didn't really start out as boyfriend and girlfriend. I actually asked her just to be my partner in it because it was kind of hard for a single guy to get any leeway in this lifestyle, and that's how things. So it was easier for me to embrace the situation with her being with someone else because she wasn't my girlfriend in the beginning. Okay. She didn't become my girlfriend until somewhere down the road. So once it happened, I was already comfortable enough with us in our relationship and what we had and with myself that I could sit there and watch her have fun with someone. And I would sit there and egg them on.
So, and that is true.
So that was my way of coming to terms with it and being able to accept it. Because it is going to happen. You are going to see it. And like she said, at the end of the night, she's coming home with me. So
I'm going home with him. And I've actually gone women. I actually took critique on what he does, and I actually egg on women now. So yeah.
So
That's how we.
so I'm gonna ask you guys one question. So you guys' first meeting was at a party where you guys first met?
No, we actually met on Kick.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
So a little bit of a background for me. I just got out of a 5-year relationship, and I decided I was going to explore my life and do me and have fun and have sex and fuck whoever I wanted.
Right.
So I got on Kick because I started a online business, and I was going to use social media to help push this business forward. Well, when I got on Kick, I came into this room called Crave BBC 412.
Right.
And little did I know, I had no idea it was a swingers group. I thought it was just a bunch of people random people that like to do whatever. So come to find out, it was a swingers group. And through that is how I got involved. And by that time, things were just a little bit different for me and her. So, but I got into the group, and then I got into another group through Twitter. I had a Tumblr page, and then I ran into her, and I was like, "Hey, can I PM you?" And she's like, "Yeah, sure." Her name at the time was Freaky Mama.
Oh wow! Oh wow! That's funny right there. I like that. Hell of a name.
Yeah, and we found out we lived 30 minutes from each other, and I was like, "Ooh, cool." And I was working for Mark West. I don't know if I was supposed to say their name, but anyway, I was working close to where she lived, and once I found that out, we were able to have some fun and meet and get to know one another, and everything from there has just been.
Well, yeah, and I understand that. And you're a very lucky guy because you have a very beautiful woman. But, honey, can I ask you a question? Where did the name Honey come from?
You gotta give the short version, probably.
It has to do with my butt.
Oh, okay. So you saying it's like
So I got honey buns.
Okay, honey buns, or we could go all terms. Your butt is as thick as honey, or everything. I like that. That was a good name for you, and I think it fits you well.
And everybody likes to play in the honey jar, so I guess it could be both.
Wow, beautiful name, and I really like that name.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, I got another question for you guys, right? Do you guys ever let each other go on dates?
Yeah, we go on. We've gone. Well, okay. So I wouldn't say they were per se dates. I don't think we've done not really. What we have done is this. So we do play dates. So there was a woman that I met, and we wanted to go to a party. She couldn't go, so I asked her if I could take this woman with me instead. And she said that was fine. And it was basically to go out and have a good time and do what we do. And it was fun. And at the end of the day, she came home and what?
I know what happened.
I'm trying to make it short.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me girl that you went out with went into cahoots, and in the morning,
Wow.
snuck in the house, and somebody had fun.
Yeah, that was a plus part of it. Well, her and this woman got to cahoots with each other. So after I went out with this woman for the night, we came back to my house. I wake up in the morning to Honey actually crawling in the bed with me and this other woman.
Oh wow, that had to be interesting. Oh,
yeah, so that was definitely a plus.
Right there. That was a hell of a night right there.
But she's gone out on play dates. She's met guys, after work or, after she's gone to the gym or something like that. Or if I'm not around or if I'm out of town, she'll be like, hey, I'm getting together with such and such. And she'll call me before she gets there and lets me know where she's gone. But we've done that, but we don't do dates per se as like courting someone and meeting someone to specifically date them. No, we don't do that.
Okay.
That's very interesting. This is an interesting topic that we have going on right now. So basically, So basically, it wasn't like so. Honey, was it part of like of a jealousy act that you came in and interrupted him because you knew what he was already doing, or it was like already planned and you wanted to surprise him?
No, they were actually both asleep. The woman that he went to the party with, she was actually bi. She was bi.
Oh, okay.
And I never met her, and we wanted to meet. We've seen each other in pictures and stuff, but we actually physically never met. So that was actually the first time we met, and he had his fun, but I know he had his fun watching me and her too. So
That I did.
Okay, absolutely,
Right.
cool. So, what do you think? What do you guys think about this all women playroom that we're gonna have at the Pink Flamingo?
it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
But it
I think that's definitely.
Yeah.
I think that's a definite interesting twist in the situation, man. That's because they're gonna have a lot of eyeballs looking
yeah, so
there
all
watching that.
women playroom, but it's gonna actually be a window for the guys to look at.
For the boys to watch.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'll sit back and watch that all day, man. Give me a lawn chair and some popcorn. I'm good.
Because I know in a lot of situations, the ladies just want to play amongst themselves sometimes.
Right. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And you got to be able to let them do that. And, let them go off and do what they got to do. I try to actually encourage her to go off and do what she wants to do and have fun. And I know I'll find her, and sometimes I find her in compromising positions.
Yeah, and I can understand that. So how do you feel about at the Pink Flamingos? Not only that we'll have a mechanical bull, but not only a mechanical bull, it's a mechanical dick.
That is going to be some fun stuff.
She'll be the first
Oh,
one.
I'll be the first one in line.
Yes, whoever can ride the mechanical dick the longest. Basically,
That'll be me.
That's the contest. Well, we don't know that. We have a lot of competition out there, so we will have to see because it definitely we can adjust the speed of the actual bull, I would say, and we will see definitely. I know you would definitely be a true rider.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I got one more question for you guys before we end this segment here. How do you guys handle the fear and the jealousy of and the insecurities of being a couple? Because I know it's complicated a little bit.
I can be honest, I'll be honest, there's been one guy for me and one girl for him. To where this guy, and it was fairly recent, hit me at an emotional, raw, he hit a vulnerable spot. I have some children, and he told me a story about his life and something that happened to his child, and I actually connected to him more than I thought I did.
Oh, okay.
Because some situations and things conspired. Now, no, not on the same level as big that I feel about this person, but I think it could have went to that point if this situation didn't happen.
Oh, okay. That's
now
interesting. That's what.
back,
Wait, stop me. I'm
you know,
not trying
back,
to interrupt you. Not trying to interrupt
you know,
Not trying to interrupt you. So, do you feel like what the guy was saying that because you said like it was basically it could have led to that where you and Diggs at? Do you feel like the guy was saying was he using that as a stepping stool basically to get in closer to you, or do you think the story was genuine? Because we have a lot of that out there, you know what I mean? So guys might say anything just for that reason, like what you just said. So do you think that was a genuine story, or do you think that like it was like how do you feel about that?
if he lied about this story, that's some pretty deep stuff.
Oh, okay. So
I mean, to make a long story short, my one of my children have a medical condition, and they're okay. But the story that this gentleman told me, unfortunately, his child passed away. Not of the same condition my son had,
Oh wow!
but
Yeah, I think he went.
what happened, and my son almost died, but not in the situation that he explained to me. So I just think being a mom and him, you know, had being a father, and even though the situation wasn't exactly the same, but you're still a parent and you know what that is. And he just made me feel things that because my son's older now, that my heart never felt before. It made me just connect with him because of the loss and the things that he was talking about. And he was also a part of the life. You know, he was married and he, you know, but finding out he was very manipulative. Now,
okay.
I never asked him if that was true or not, so that I ever get the right answer. Well, he will say, yeah, it was, but I didn't know him enough to know, oh, did you have a child? You know, I don't know whom he had a child with, but I can say that there have been a few couples and individual men and women, or, you know, a man has come to me and says, what makes him so special? I'm going to take you away from him. And I looked at him and I said, well, you can darn try, because it isn't going to happen. And the thing is, oh, come to my house. You know, and at first, you know, because a lot of people don't understand me and him, because we do have this open communication. So if I'm going over to somebody's house, or if I'm going out to the bar, or if I'm going here, I'm going there, he knew like 5 minutes before I did. Because as soon as it happens, as soon as I get a call, as soon as I'm calling him. Now, has there been one-offs where something happened, went down, and he didn't find out till after? Yes. Those are extremely one-off situations to where, right, that, hey, something came up and opportunity came and I didn't have time to call you. But, you know, because we have no secrets. That's another big thing. No secrets, no matter how bad the other person don't want to hear it, or you know it may hurt them a little bit, or it may hurt them a lot.
And that's why you guys been going this long for 5 years, and I truly respect you, and I'm so glad to have you. And you guys touched a lot of great topics. And right now, I want to appreciate you. We would love to have you back, actually in person, because we know you guys are in Pittsburgh, and we're here live in Cleveland, Ohio. We would love to have you come up to Cleveland one day and have you actually live, because you guys are a very fun couple, and it seemed like everything you guys were saying was genuine and real, and I appreciate you guys so much. Love you and peace. And we live at the Pink Flamingos, and I'm your man Q. You heard it all live, straight from Pittsburgh, from Honey and Diggs.
And make sure.
Thank you very much for having us, man.
Thank you, Dad. We love you too.
Big Flamingo represent.
I hope everyone's staying safe through this thing, and we can't wait to see everybody.
Oh,
absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
And make sure you hit like and subscribe
At Pink Flamingo Radio. Peace,
Already
love,
have.
and stay safe. We'll take care. We'll see you
All
on the
right,
next one.
y'all. I'll let you.
All right.
All right.